Now, I just bit me some hot pepper with my pastrami cheese sandwich with the grilled onions. I gotta go to the dentist. And I done ate that, honey. Huh? I couldn't help it. It was good. I'll fix it. But guess what? I haven't mentioned someone, but very rarely. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm scared of this motherfucker. This real tall, salty drink of water. So tall and salty, in fact, his neck is at least 3 inches of his height with a bent in it. But it's a huge ass Adam's apple looking like his neck bent in forward. His head sticks back like that. If you've been to the CBPO, and we all know where this one is, not in Colorado, it's in California, called March Air Force Base. Hip hip hooray. I'm talking about Timothy. Yeah, the captain of the Consolidated Base Personnel Office. When I was there in 86, 87, first name Timothy. I guess I had a sense of avoidance for him, but afraid never. Now that we're all civilians, I call him goofy looking. Even in that damn uniform. Been in his office once. Very briefly. No, I wasn't in trouble. But I tell you what. I see him in the halls. Captain Timothy. Every person that came to that base after me, the record was perfectly done until the rest of the SIBO gets to it. But guess what? That was me. You and all of the rest of you on this Facebook that know me on my page know that the entire squadron was invited to my humiliation ceremony. But the only people that were not there should have been informed to be there. Because, see, the phone call only came to the CBPO. The announcement for everyone to be into the in-processing room by 07:45, 07:25, because the phones was going to ring at 70:30. So guess what? Did not happen. Timothy, a.k.a. Buzzard. That's why I'm Woody Woodpecker up in here. Buzzard did not inform the orderly room. So the people that did not attend our squadron humiliation ritual of Airman Cummings were the employees of the orderly room. One asshole sergeant doing donuts in his car drunk on base. The first shirt and the squadron commander. Nor did he delegate the authority. And I don't think that anyone tried to look the regulation up to see what to do in case such a situation. Do you know yet what to do in case that happens? Did anyone try to figure out what to do so that somebody don't disappear? To where I don't know where I was, so I know y'all motherfuckers don't know. I don't care what they said I was. If I don't know where I was, is it true that what they said? It can't be. I didn't say I forgot. I said I didn't know. If somebody forgets or can't recall, that would mean the other one could be automatically right. We learned that with Judge Matheson. Easy one. But I didn't even learn that until after. Many, many years after. Like over 20. So you just got to have some kind of common sense. Now, Mr. Buzzard did not inform them. Mitchell and Yankson, Edward K., lieutenant he was then, who passed his very first Surgeon General inspection. He didn't pass it, I did. It's just in his motherfucking name. The squadron didn't miss anything, but I tell you what, if I hadn't fixed it, all of y'all would have been probably split up into another job. Because the orderly room was in a total shambles. I had to weigh every single person. Measure necks. Do the administrative work. There was not one file in the cabinet on any of us. They didn't have none of the phone numbers down. I don't know how Salvatore was supposed to call people for alert. But she had her own little old list of names at the CBPO, but the order room didn't have any names. They didn't have no list. The box where you're supposed to put your weight cards in it had one motherfucking card in it that was dated for 1982 for the last time that motherfucker was weighed. That's why I said I had to weigh everybody. He didn't miss not one thing, I know that. I had to look up how to put together the order room on my own time. Because I said, they will know I've been here besides the humiliation ceremony. God, Jesus, and I decided that I would continue to do the best I could. Tried my best to make everything perfect, and it was. Down to the museum floor, buffed to perfection. I stripped it, waxed it, buffed it, scuffed it. Honey, I fluffed that motherfucker. That museum ain't shine no so good before or since, I am sure of it. So I'll tell you what, you can't let that buffer knock them planes down holding on by a cable cord. Don't touch the cable cord with the buffer. You weigh about 120 pounds. The buffer be supposed to sling me. I have to put every single pound on the handlebars of that buffer, or else I get slung around. Honey, me and that buffer, we danced. But I tell you what, it was I that informed Mitchell and Yankson when I escaped. Else they would never have known where I was, period, like the chopped up Marine. It's another reason why we know y'all didn't fix that shit, or else she wouldn't have disappeared so good, and nor would the white boy that's in the same situation, on the same base, I believe, was taken from his job to the hospital and disappeared, they said. Didn't I do that? Didn't I do that? History repeats itself. Houdini was in the house, at the hospital, and at the CBPO. Acting like y'all didn't know what the fuck y'all saw and heard when you heard about the Marine and the little white boy. And the black supervisor that killed himself. That looked like a Timothy spot for me. And then you got the people in the airplane with Trump that look like me too. Better ask somebody, y'all ain't fixed this shit yet. Then you say, Tanya, why are you so worried about it? I am very so worried about the next child that looks whimsical like the one at Keesler Air Force Base. It was two there. And they keep dipping into people from that base. That means they like the minds of personnel specialists and air traffic controllers and weather controllers. I should have said reporters, but controllers, yeah. Weather controller reporters. SOS. That's what's at that base. That's what they teach them. Very convenient they have to be an Army Air Force base. Oh, they get their choice of mentality. Poor whimsical girl from Keesler got put out dishonorably discharged. Because the law says you can't say no to sex. You're not raped if you got there intending to have sex because she was ordered like I was to have the sex and or I was ordered to smoke the crack. I decided not to follow one of them orders and use some Newport smoke. She got there for her order off base in a civilian drug sting. And I think that's too much because my drug sting was very sophomoric. I had to put half the motherfucker together and force the other half to where I was going to sleep. And I able to. And escaped. Did they close the door where I escaped? I don't think they know how I did it. All you do is wake up early and show up to the orderly room before 6:30 or at 06 motherfucking 30. Oh no, they don't open till 07 motherfucking 30. But I wasn't gonna be at that Billings when offices open. I put my motherfucking self on alert. Just that simple. Oh, I walked. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. All across the base I did a left, right, left. So what time did you wake up, bitch? With your no Newport, no food having the prior day ass. Still hungry with my breakfast on that desk. So I'm trying to tell you something, Timothy. You didn't tell Mitchell and Yankson where I was. I did the next day at 07:30. So you are the one that pimped me out. Milton Walker. I didn't know his name was Walker. Or else the basketball player might not have been put out. Medical discharge. See how that worked? It fucked up 2 black people. Larry Walker was a good basketball player, just like Larry Bird and Jordan. And they were lucky he didn't make it to fuck with them. And his basketball prowess. And he was my friend and was probably going to be my boyfriend. Was you jealous, Michelle, that the hermit was my friend? Professional basketball player? Y'all didn't know I could meet a person like that? He's a weirdo like me. Except a little weirder. And he was my friend, and y'all fucked that up. Talk about get over it. Y'all said set my friend out. The only friend I had in my whole life. Now that I think about it, I had to stop knowing that for a little while. And don't tell me I'm not over it when I cry. That's my motherfucking scar, bitch. You don't like looking at it? Don't turn your fucking head. Like I said, ugly ass scar. So Timothy, if you ain't already dead because of that big ass throat neck you got looking like Buzzard. God told me today to tell you, you are not off the hook. You will not teach the next set of captains and the next set of captains and the next set of captains to do that. You thought I'd be laying under a rock somewhere, Timothy? I will be in processing you. You might get to go to jail. I don't know. What you gonna do? Lose your retirement pay? I don't give a fuck. I lost my lifetime of pay. Due to a fault not of my own. Every Cummings report. the fuck out. That's how you wake up sometimes. That's how you wake up in the morning sometimes. Before your fucking Cheerios.